Welcome to the WIP, hold on, try tight. Lightning strikes, the energy's high. With fam in the virtual sky. New speakers, new stories, don't be shy. Crypto knowledge, we're in the know. With fam, we break virtual worlds. There's thunder as the lightning twirls. Paradox behind the lens, making moves. Renegade on the audio, no time to lose. Show's got the after, let the good times cruise. Show's got the after, let the good times cruise.
Boom. What up, y'all? Mic check. Quick. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Audio. Thank you, Easy. Thank you, Drago. What's up, everyone? It's Matthew, aka Nifty Time. See some good friends in the audience. Shout outs to Elbow, Easy, shouted you out. Fabiano, Geffins, MK Dragon. See you, Nick. Patrizia, Sherbert. What up, show? Our good friend, Spherical Art, Subgeode. Very excited for today. I was just in Frankie's Tavern, which just passed its fifth, or is on its 5th year anniversary, which is crazy. I got high playing a game in the game and got high up on the roof. It's a thing. You should definitely check it out. But also very excited to jump into Substrata after quite a long time. Very excited for their new launch that they got planned. So with that, no shills for me today. I just want to get right into the damn show. Getting high again. Shout out Hidden Forces. Rizzle dude, take this mic from me. Let's get the hype train rolling. Let's get the show on the road.
Yo, let's do it. Shout out Dragonade holding down the pre-whip and being tolerant with me while I make fun of him. And Foxy Yoga, who's normally holding down the pre-whip wherever she's at. Shout out Foxy Yoga. Yes, we were in Frankie's Tavern celebrating the 5th year anniversary of Frankie's Tavern. Shout out Juxton, who is, I don't see him in the audience today, but he's a busy man and has been holding down Frankie's Tavern along with Kafenz, who is in the audience in the Mug Club. Yeah, 50 years, man. It's like Metaverse years are like every 1 year counts as 10, so it's like dog years kind of thing. So yeah, we're in there. 5 years. It's a big thing, and it's like the platform is still hosting it, despite probably some of the stuff being on IPFS. You know how that shit goes. Anyway, if you can hear my voice right now, we're in the general channel of the WIP Discord. That's where all the links will be dropped and the things will be, all the banter goes on and everything. So hop into the general channel. We're going to be heading into Substrata, and I'm going to pass the mic over to Nick in a few minutes here. This is like the official Substrata tour here, and we're opening the RiverMouth district. Nick threw some jet skis in there, so it is going to be. I think Nick either saw what was going on or was participating with us when we were in there with the beat miner. And we were supposed to be doing a bunch of shit, and it was chaotic, and ended up being a demolition derby. And there are jet skis in there for us today that were not in there before today. So we're getting some custom shit we're probably going to destroy it all. I was already warned that some of the arms might look wonky because this is new experimental jet ski tech that we're going to test out today. So I reassured Substrata, the official Substrata squad, aka Nick, that we are absolutely fine with wonky arms so long as we get to test the cool shit out. So that's what we're doing today. In the meantime, some housekeeping stuff. I got links for you. We have a YouTube channel. If you missed us last week, check out the last week's event on YouTube and all of them. There's years worth of content on there if you were bored, because we are taking a break over the holidays, but not yet. We also have a Farcaster channel that I don't know, the link didn't aggregate the picture on very well in Discord, but that's there. I'm going to drop it again. Because you should be posting there and people can I don't know, tip you and shit, and there's all this stuff. And anyway, we have a presence there, and it's actually kind of nice because you can see all the WIP content all in one place, like a subreddit kind of thing. So, and me yelling into the void of Farcaster constantly. So come hang out. And let's see, what else we got? Hell yeah, Juxton was just giving you a shout out. We're holding it down in Frankie's Tavern for you, man. sign our guest book. If you've been doing that, you should be checking your wallet because we're sending you free stuff every week, courtesy of Fabiano and Patricia and a lot of our guests who are coming through. I dropped the link in the general channel, so make sure you're signing the guest book. We are going to, like I said, hop into Substrata in a few minutes. I'm going to pass the mic over to Nick, and he's going to tell you how to do that. If you have a question for Nick as we're touring around Substrata, hit show in the chat box of the general channel. Yes, him. And that helps us stay organized, and he'll relay any questions that we have to Nick sort of at the end of our tour here. So if you want to squeeze him for alpha, that's the way to do it. We're going to take a group shot in Substrata, so figure out how to get in there. Paradox is not here to do that, so we're going to need a fake Paradox. But we have plenty of experienced fake Paradoxes in the audience, so I feel very good about that. And I think that's just about everything. If you're showing up today, you're signing the guest book, you're also getting WIP coin. That's our community coin that we give ourselves and we give people for coming through to our events. So just hang out, sign the guest book. You're going to get some of that. And, you know, perhaps consider dumping your entire life savings into that because, you know, the entire community holds that. We airdropped it on everyone who's like ever come through here. So yes, as you can see, it's got $14 of liquidity and a market cap that is fake inflated statistics, but hold our shit because you know, you should, I guess. I don't know. Do what you want. DYOR, NFA, give us all your money or buy WIP coin and, you know, do something with that. Burn it, stake it. I don't know, figure out some shit. Anyway, I'm going to pass the mic over to Nick. I have the Substrata client loaded. I was told that this is going to work in the web browser too. I'm not sure if there are specific coordinates that we should be heading to, but if you haven't been in Substrata for a while, now is the time because this is going to be a good one. So, Nick, this is the treacherous mic pass, man, but if you can unmute and let people know exactly how to get where they're going, I can help get people there. Oh, shit. This is the part where we don't really know what to do. We're like, Nick's here. He's in the audience. He could probably hear us. Nick, try and hop in and out. If you can hear me and you're having trouble unmuting, try and hop in and out of Discord and see if that does anything. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Substrata, in the meantime, substrata.info might get you close to where we're trying to get to here.
Okay, does that work?
Hey, we did it, man. Yeah, the old turn it off and turn it on thing.
Turn it off and on, yeah. Yes. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Nick, the main developer of Substrata. Yeah, so jet skis. I just realized that I think I missed a file, so I think that's why it didn't work for you, Rizzle. Were jet skis working for you or not?
I wasn't able to find the actual jet skis, but I haven't updated my client in a while. I don't know if that was part of it, and I did not try to go through the web browser. So if there's like an optimal way to try and find these things, and also if everything's broken, man, like that is really how we roll. So we can just improv live and check out some cool shit.
Okay, well, I'm just making a new build that has the missing files that are needed for the jet skis. Because I think, yeah, it was working for me because I already summoned a jet ski.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Anyway, user error on my side.
It'll take about 5 to 10 minutes to make that build.
Well, dude, it's always possible the user error is on my side. I dropped the link just to get into Substrata in the first place, just the basic one, substrata.info. Is there anywhere we want to send people just to sort of wander around in the meantime?
Yeah. We can check out some other stuff in the meantime. So, so for Substrata, there's 2 ways to get into it. There's the native client. So it's like, the downloadable client that runs on Windows, Mac, Linux. And there's also you can get in via the web client, so via the web. So people can do whatever way they want. Native client is faster, runs faster, better FPS, that kind of thing. Less stuttering. It's up to people to do whatever they want, but they both should work. You can You can both like drive vehicles and stuff in either client. So yeah, take a pick. Install the native client if you want, or just hit the join via the web link on substrata.info. And yeah, see you in there. And yeah. So yeah, I can answer any questions about Substrata, or I can just make this build. I'm gonna try and get jet skis working for like 5 minutes.
Is there a way we can? Is the RiverMouth district? So I know you said we were like opening that, or we can preview that with the jet skis. Is that in the meantime, dude? I just dropped a bunch of cars and boats and shit into the center circle here, and I'm screen sharing for anyone who can't get in or wants to see and isn't able to get in. And it's people are getting to it, right to the chaos. Dude, is there a way to, is the RiverMouth district a specific district, a parcel, just a concept? We've been in Substrata a few times recently, but the vehicle thing is impressive, man.
Thanks. Yeah. I just keep adding new vehicles. It's kind of fun. So I use it. Yeah, Substrata uses this physics engine called Jolt, which is really cool. It's like an open source physics engine. It's the same one that was used in what's that game called? I don't know. I forget what it's called. But also Death Stranding too. The one with the robot sort of things. But also Death Stranding too. So it's like a really hardcore physics engine, and so all the vehicles like physically simulated. Because they like crash into each other properly and stuff like that. You can see. So the RiverMouth district is a new district that just opened up in Substrata, and so the way to get to it is if you press F in Substrata, that turns on fly mode. And then you just kind of press spacebar to fly up into the air, and you should be able to get a pretty good view around. And then if you see the hills over to the left, kind of in the direction of the windmill, just fly past the windmill, and there's some new river over here. Oh yeah, so we can, even though the jet skis are busted for the next 10 minutes, there are power boats that you can drive. So if you fly over to the river district, and then you can, in the middle of the screen, on the bottom of the screen of Substrata, there's a little bike icon, and if you put your mouse over it, it says summon vehicle. And then if you click on summon boat, it should summon a boat in front of you, like a boat should appear. And then you mouse over that, it says press E to enter vehicle, so you press E, and then you're in a boat, and you can drive the boat around. So, not quite a jet ski, but close.
Dude, the way you can just drop boats in here and just like hop in them and ride on them instantly is really fucking cool. Can you speak to so Substrata is really interesting to me, man, because I feel like there's sort of like this level of I don't know. It's like, what am I trying to say? Like Genesis City kind of vibe. Like, the new RiverMouth district is like, within eyesight, literally of some of the other stuff we were playing with when we were in here. And I really like the sort of, how it's all sort of centrally located. Can you just like sort of speak to that in terms of like,
sure.
What the strategy here is with Substrata compared to some of the other like metaverse platforms that we're familiar with?
Yeah, well, I guess one of the big things about Substrata is that I kind of wanted everything to be quite whole world to be quite compact. Well, not compact, kind of dense. So like everything to be quite crammed together. So like I took inspiration from cities like Venice and old medieval European cities, and also the city I live in real life, Wellington, New Zealand, which are all relatively compact cities. And the idea there is that kind of more interesting because you can kind of you wander around and you see interesting stuff. I didn't want it to be like you have to walk for 10 minutes to find something interesting. You should be able to just wander around and bump into something interesting, and also to see other people. It's cooler if you can wander around and just bump into other people. So yeah, unlike some other metaverses, I've tried to kind of almost cram everything together. So it is a compromise. Like you want to give everyone a bit of room so they can build cool stuff. So the parcels are certain size, like 20 meters squared. So there's enough room to build a little, art gallery or something if you want. But also all the land parcels are kind of squished together a little bit, so you can wander from one parcel to the other. And and so the technical aspect of that is that I've done a lot of work like making the graphics engine be able to cope with that, which is you can stand in the RiverMouth district and you can look over the entire world, and the draw distance is more or less infinite. Well, in practice, it's kind of infinite. I think it's currently like 3 kilometers or something. So you're drawing the entire world. So there's quite a lot of work on the graphics engine to be able to cope with that. So it does some stuff with like lots of LODs, level of detail stuff, and chunking. So if you're far away from stuff, it kind of combines objects and combines them into one object. So basically just a lot of work to make the graphics be able to cope with everything being in one world. Which is a little bit tricky. Does that answer your question?
It does, man. I really, as you were talking, I'm just sort of wandering around, and I stumbled upon Ballistic Banana fishing, sort of going rogue and was not in a boat and was doing their own thing. And I really like the way that I can see where people are with just like the simple red dot from far away. But that aspect of Substrata is really cool, and I feel like what's missing from a lot of platforms is everything is like so spread out and everything that you don't really have like sort of just fun happenstance encounters like that where you see someone far away and you're just like I wonder what they're doing, and you go check them out, and you like not only see something interesting, but like I know Ballistic Banana. I'm like, oh cool, that means they probably found something fucking cool that I want to know about too. So the other thing that I'm thinking as you're talking about is, man, like I've led so many field trips on so many of these platforms that are so fucking difficult to get everyone going in the right direction because it's so spread out. But this is a situation where you were literally able to use like some of the landmarks here and just sort of tell everyone, look at the windmill and then keep going past that. And it was enough to get everyone, going in the same place. And it makes like, herding people for field trips much easier. Can you, would it be possible to direct us to, some of your favorite spots out here?
Yeah, sure. That's another aspect of it, which is that, if you're rendering the whole world, you don't have to rely on like a compass or a mini map or something. I mean, there is a mini map, so you can use it, but you just like, you can orient yourself by looking at landmarks. So, there's the towers and then windmill, there's the hills, there's the seaside. So I'll show you one of my favorite spots. Having said all that, I'm not quite sure how to communicate where this is. uh, I'll paste the coordinates to Discord, I guess.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So this is a little district, which is kind of like the nightlife district, I guess. I don't know if people have seen this or not, but grab this link and paste this into the general chat of the Progress Meetup Discord. So it's just north a little bit, and there's a couple of buildings here. Oh yeah, so I see Rizal was here. So there's this building 141, which is a kind of a cool nightclub that Ian built. And then opposite that, there's a place called Paradigm Pink, which is some kind of virtual strip club, which is kind of a safe work club, kind of a crack up. I'm going to try and get this jet ski build working.
We still got Nick like in the club. I need to figure out how to mute. Give me 1 sec.
Slightly epilepsy inducing in here.
Hey Nick, I'm on the client, man. How do I mute just so I can? I'm like in the club, man, getting the bass like through my brainstem right now.
Try control M in the native client at least.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure if that works in the web client. Probably not.
Dude, VoxVN is a legend. Do you work directly with VoxVN, or they have a lot of other builds out here?
Yeah, well, for a while he was building stuff in Substrata for a few months. So he built, yeah, well, he worked on some of the vehicles and built this club. So I think this club is the coolest thing that he built. But then there's some other stuff, but this club is definitely pretty cool. Yeah, I think he also built some like complete worlds. But as far as individual land parcels, individual builds, the coolest.
They're like how it's just next to this like abandoned house and everything.
Oh yeah, the abandoned house is kind of fun as well. Like a graveyard of failed NFT projects.
Is there any other main spots? I saw some questions rolling in from the audience, so I know we got some of that rolling in. Is there anything else that people should definitely be checking out? We can sort of let people roam around otherwise before we gather them for a group shot somewhere.
Oh, let me think. Yeah, I don't know. Just wander around and out stuff. I'm just thinking I can maybe just spawn some skis in as admin. Let me try.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, man, we should absolutely have some sort of boat race here or something like that at the end. So while we're doing questions from the audience, we try and get everybody in here. And if you see the big windmill, I'm screen sharing. You can sort of go past it to the bottom of the river here, and we'll spawn some vehicles and some boats and see if we can get some sort of race going on here towards the end. But in the meantime, while we're working on jet skis and gathering people, ooh, I see a whole bunch of. Oh, dude, I see jet skis.
Okay, yeah. I think we got jet skis.
Oh shit,
If
we
you
got
come back
jet
to
skis.
if you come back to the RiverMouth, I just spawned a whole bunch of jet skis. Yeah, so the build summoning the jet skis was busted in the build, so only I can summon them because I already summoned them, but I just copy and pasted like 15 jet skis. That worked.
Oh, dude, this is so great. And they're like, I'm terrible at this. I'm gonna need some practice, so I'm grounded. I'm gonna do that though and practice while.
Just leave it there and come back and get a new one.
All right, cool. Yeah, this is gonna be great. So yeah, don't miss out on the jet ski competition. If you've had a few beers at Juxton's Tavern, this is the part where you get to ride a dangerous vehicle. So hop into Substrata, come figure out how to ride a jet ski. We'll have a little race here at the end and definitely a group shot. In the meantime, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Sho, who's gonna relay some questions that came through over to Nick.
Hey, y'all, how's my audio?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Hey, Nick, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, I just want to get straight to it. In terms of metaverse platforms, many of them have failed. And I would say, like up until this point. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, in terms of Substrata, how do you what do you see in terms of roadway longevity, sustainability? What do you see are the key aspects that'll keep Substrata moving forward and break away from the narrative that many of the metaverse platforms have failed or died out or are in a holding loop?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a few aspects of Substrata. Yeah, I mean, well, first off, like, you know, I can't control like what's happening with the metaverse stuff. You know, it's like it's so kind of hype, or it seems so kind of hype oriented. You know, like everyone thought metaverses were going to be the thing, and then and then I think that obviously like peaked with Meta, Facebook renaming their name to, and so there are those kind of like almost like natural hype waves. But as far as Substrata goes itself, well, it's open source, so I don't know if that increases its like longevity, but so for instance, you can run your own Substrata server if you want. So the idea with Substrata is that anyone can run their own server, but I kind of run the main server, and that's where all the parcels are, and the main builds and stuff. So so it's a little bit like decentralized in that point of view. So maybe that will increase its longevity. Other people can, make their own servers and stuff if they want. And I guess another thing about Substrata is that there's not really, I've tried to put as few limits as possible. So, you can kind of do a lot of stuff in here. It's not limited in any particular way. So, in comparison to like say CryptoVoxels, which is awesome, and I'm friends with Ben in real life, but CryptoVoxels is obviously based on voxels, so it's a little bit limited in that way. And so Substrata is like more general. You can make stuff out of triangles, and there's a kind of more general physics engine, and you can drive jet skis and around. So there's more possibilities, I guess. And so maybe that will give it a bit more staying power. Yeah, I mean it's hard to say what will happen in the future. And I guess the other thing is that it's all written in C++, which basically just means that it's relatively efficient to run. So the server running costs are relatively low. I mean, currently it's running on quite an expensive server, but I changed that to a pretty cheap server. So, and there isn't a lot of maintenance. So, sometimes I just leave the server running for like 3 months without restarting it or anything, the server process. So basically that means I can just, pay like say $20 a month and just leave it running. It's no big deal. So what that means is that the Substrata server is always going to be running. I'm not going to kill it or anything, and it's pretty cheap to run. So it's not like it's bleeding huge amounts of money that I have to. I'm not going to shut it down because it costs $1 million a year to run or something like that, which is I think what happens with a lot of like more pigs, like big games, that's actually really expensive to run their servers. So as soon as they're not making lots of money, they shut the servers down, and so that won't happen. So I mean, I'm kind of committed to running the server for less. Been running for about 5 years-ish already. Maybe a bit less, maybe like 4 years. It's been running for a while already. Yeah.
I hear
I
you.
hope that answers your question.
Yeah, yes, it does. We have a question from Easy in Crypto. He would like to know: is there a way to lock the view to look forward when driving the boat?
Yeah, kind of. So by the summon vehicle button on the bottom of the screen, there's a button with a camera called photo mode. And so if you click on the photo mode and then on the top right, you click on fixed angle camera, then you just move and drag the mouse around a bit. Fix the camera at a certain angle relative to your boat. And there's a bunch of other camera options in there as well. So you can do camera, so you can kind of drive past the camera and stuff.
That's awesome. We have a couple of questions from Hidden Forces. He would like to know: is there a plan to build a user base, and also can we introduce porn or at least gambling instead of just the architecture? The nodes of the metaverse need a reason to spend time over there.
Yeah. Yeah, good question. Growing the user base. Yeah, I mean, obviously more users is good. As long as they're not total degenerates, maybe. But yeah, I mean, me personally, like, I'm the main developer of Substrata, and I would definitely say coding is my main skill. Promotion, not so much. Yeah, so I think it's partly just a matter of promotion. In terms of, so the current rules of Substrata are like safe work stuff only. Um, as you might have seen from this strip club, there's some wiggle room in that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not opposed to the idea of porn. I think I'd probably have to add some code though, so that there's like I don't know, some kind of not safe for work filter, so you don't like, you're not blasted by high res hardcore porn by accident. So maybe you got to toggle it on or something, or maybe there's a red light district that you got to go to. Yeah, and as for gambling, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it much, but like I'm not a huge fan of gambling myself, but like it's legal, I guess. It's all good. So I think the current server is in Germany, so there's kind of the question is like, is the stuff legal in Germany because that's where the server is hosted currently? It has to be legal in Germany, and then I guess it's like, is this stuff legal in New Zealand, which is where I live? As long as it's legal in both those countries, then it should in theory be all good. Yeah, I can always move the server, I guess, USA or something. But
Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The other thing I was going to say is that there's I added this like Lua scripting engine to Substrata, so in theory you can code games now. We're just kind of working on that. People are trying it out. So there's definitely the potential for making games in the future, like gambling and stuff. That's kind of in development.
That's awesome. Hidden Forces also wanted to know if there were plans for monetizing aspects of the client. Are there loot drops, games of mystery and chance?
Yeah, well, yeah, vague plans, yeah. So probably the closest to that currently is that if you create an event in Substrata, like a party event, you can get a guest list, and then from the guest list you can get Ethereum addresses, and then you can them some NFTs and stuff like that. But I think that is important. So we don't really have that now, like aid being able to buy cosmetics and stuff. But I think cosmetic items. But I think that is important for the longevity of a metaverse and building up a kind of market of people making stuff and buying stuff. I think like for me, I kind of look at CryptoVoxels, which has got a pretty good wearable system, so that would be something to work on. Because Substrata is like the land parcels are on the Ethereum blockchain, so I think like wearables or cosmetics would be cool on some kind of blockchain, but I think Ethereum is expensive. The gas fees, so some other chain, I guess, but cool.
That's awesome. And lastly, we have a quick question from Ballistic Banana. He would like to know: is there land for sale in the new area?
Thanks, Ballistic Banana. Yes, there is. Funny you should ask that. So yeah, So the RiverMouth, there's like 76 land parcels that I made. So you can see those on substrata.info. And so the way that the auctions work in Substrata is slightly strange. They're like reverse auctions. So the price starts high and then it counts down to, so it starts at like €1,000, but it counts down to the reserve price of €50. I think currently land is selling for about 60, €70. So yeah, if you want to buy a place on the RiverMouth district, and just look on substrata.info. And currently there's two RiverMouth parcels selling at a time. And so, it takes 2 days. Each auction takes 2 days. So we'll be selling those for the next month approximately, I think, depending on how well they sell. So, you can, if you buy one of those, you can just build anything on it that you want. I'm hoping we're going to get lots of like little kind of shacks and wharfs and, people's houses, and you can park your jet ski outside and that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Appreciate you fielding these questions. Is my audio working, y'all? I'm having a difficult time here with my connection. Good audio. All right, cool. All right, good. It looks like I've actually logged back into Substrata and everything. I want to wrangle everyone over to the base of the RiverMouth, because it's actually like a straight shot from the start of it to the finish of it. And for those of you who have been in here, the jet skis are very difficult to control. So I think it's going to be slightly challenging for people to get from point A to point B. So
yeah, in the RiverMouth, it's tricky because you keep running aground, right?
Yeah, no, but actually it's perfect for this competition because it's not a far distance to travel, but it's going to be tricky. So let's, hang on, let me get back to, give me 1 second. Let me change my connection. I'll get back to screen sharing so people can see where I am. But if you're in Substrata, look at the windmill, go past it, and get to the base of the RiverMouth and grab a jet ski, and we'll give everyone like 60 seconds to head over there. If Dragonite, you don't mind getting some film music while I get my stuff set up too.
Okay, I've spawned some more jet skis out here as well. So if you see a dude in a white jacket floating in here, a bunch of jet skis below, that's me. There's a bunch of jet skis below me.
No boats. You gotta be riding jet skis. I'm in a boat. Look for me, the frog in the boat. All the jet skis are behind me. So grab a jet ski and come pile over here. Boats are easier to control. I'm gonna get at the end. No, I know exactly, Ballistic Banana. It's not gonna be easy. right, let's do this thing. Yeah, that's good. I think we got everyone at the back who's going to be competing. So, yeah, Dragonate, switch the tracks, man. But when the track switches, that means go. I'm going to fly to the end to see who gets there first. And depending on how long it takes, we'll get a couple prizes up for the first and second person who finish here today. So when you hear the music, that means go. We'll give everyone a couple minutes, and if no one finishes, we'll just raffle something else off to the guest book signers and everything. So easy, no cheating. I see you going backwards on your thing. There's no way you're gonna finish.
So the race is up.
Okay, as soon as Dragonade switches the track, you were just going to the river. Follow me, the frog. If you just go straight, well, if you try to go straight, you're eventually gonna get to the end of this little river that goes inland here. So just go straight and see if you can follow it to the end. And once you get to the end, you win something if you get there. So give everyone a couple minutes. As soon as you hear the track, that means you can go. And I'm your frog in the sky judge. I can't even explain how funny this is to watch. If anyone's watching my screen right now, whoever's on the boat is like definitely cheating, but it's still funny to watch. Who's cheating on the boat? Who's that? Ballistic. Oh my god, there's no way anyone's getting the end. Dude, did Hidden Forces just win something? Hidden Forces, who has been shut out of every metaverse for like the past 5 years or something, unable to get into Decentraland, CryptoVoxels, HyperFi, Nifty Island, whatever, and then just shows up in Substrata to win a jet ski race with jet skis that are impossible to control. Yo, shout out Hidden Forces, shout out who is Pierce? Yeah, Pierce. I see Pierce in the chat box. And who is Mr. Admin? Is that Nick? You right? Hidden Forces. We've had a couple like huge victories. Matt won something last week that was like way out of the realm of Matt's typical skill set as well. So we're improving over the long haul here. You know, honestly, that was legit really fun to spectate as well. It's and it's man, the ability to see so far away in this world combined with the red dots and like the race going on and everything, that was like actually and I was able to like speed up and like sort of like see who is in the front in real time. That was actually like a really fun experience. Big shout out Nick for coming through today and setting this all up for us. We need to take a group shot. I'm not exactly sure where that's going to be. Let me toss up, Nick, what's like an iconic place we should get everyone to? Something we can drop a link to easily get everyone to pretty quickly.
The most famous place is on the top of the windmill.
Let's do that. That's easy to find.
Depending on how many people there are, but probably. So back in the main city, there's a window one and the white one. So just go and fly and jump on top of that.
Perfect. So hop into Substrata, substrata.info. I can drop the link for the web browser in the chat here. Give me one sec. And so if you're not in, jump in, go to the windmill. You can't miss it. Just look up, press F to fly. Y'all have done this before. We're going to play the Paradox theme song, even though Paradox is not here, while everyone gets in there and gets over to the windmill. And I'm going to get on top too. And we're going to take a group shot, but we'll need a fake Paradox for that. So Dragonade, if you can cue the music, I can see all the little red dots starting to pile up. It's fucking cool. All right, let's do it.
Just a
Remember there's a photo mode.
Tiny bit of attention. It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
Hello, I'll be a fake Paradox today with the Australian Brit. Never can get it right. Get on top of the windmill. Let's all look out towards the ocean. You can dance, you can sit, you can wave. But we basically want to be facing the same way, looking towards the ocean with the land behind us. And then somebody, probably Dragonate, is going to snap some pics.
Nope, that has to be someone else.
Pod. Oh, geez.
Nope, that has to be someone else.
All right, give me like a minute's worth of music and a minute for other people to get on top of the windmill, and I'm gonna try and take some pictures here. We'll combine fake Paradox duty.
I can see you're feeling down about everything.
We suck at this. I just see people, shout out Bit Pixie coming through. I just see people fall into their death slowly. I just fell to my death. I wasn't like purposely moving, but the windmill is slowly like just churning people through the windmill into the ground and everything. Anyway, we like basically did it. Once again, big shout out Nick for coming through today and giving us the deep dive into Substrata. I got a couple things for y'all before we wrap it up, though. Let's see. Definitely want to leave you with the link for the guest book. Sign that so you can get the Fabiano and Patricia free gift today, as well as some WIP coin in your wallets. And next week, we're going to blow it out for the last WIP of 2025. We got a whole bunch of holiday shit planned and prizes and giveaways and stuff like that as well. So come through for the last WIP of 2025 next week on the 18th, and it'll be a good one. So shout out Hidden Forces as well for now he's taking pictures of people. He's winning boat races. All we need to do is get this man a laptop and look at what we're in for. I'm going to throw it back over to Matt to see if we got anything else to say. And thanks everyone for coming through. Piers, and Hidden Forces, make sure you slide into one of our DMs so we can get you a prize. And we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, shout out Hidden Forces finally winning something, joining me after 5 years of waiting to win shit at the WIP. Thank you, Nick, for bringing us into Substrata. It was glorious to be able to fly around. I love the rocket mode flying, and just the depth of view that you have deep into this. It looks beautiful. Got to get a slightly stronger rig to support it, but other than that, excited to see the progress. And with that, let's get to the afties with show.
Wait, is this thing on?
It's time for the afties.
Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go. Hey, what's up, y'all? How's my audio?
Yes.
Awesome. Hey, click on me in the voice channel. I'm at the top of the voice channel. If you can't find me, click on me. I'm at the top, and I'm sharing my screen. There's a couple of things I want to share. WIP fam, what is up? I'm sure you already know. If you don't know, you will know by the end of this long tirade where zero breaths are taken, and I say and a lot, and it's really hard to listen to or even listen back through. But shout out to you for being able to listen to it. So I had an epiphany this week, and I realized that, ooh man, my in terms of network, my meat space network and my crypto networks have both deteriorated in a way that I didn't expect. It's kind of like you make strong choices and decisions and you strengthen things, but then suddenly things out of your control kind of make things fall off in a way that shocks you. So I'm coming to grips with that. And in terms of network, one of the choices that I made that deteriorated is, I'm sharing it on the screen right now. I made a hard choice, over the past couple of months or so. I've been talking up Farcaster, and I thought that it was the last thing left that was gonna get things going, the last catalyst for growth, the last thing that really made sense in terms of crypto. Because truth be told, I mean, many other things just haven't hit. I don't know anymore. I don't have a strong enough crypto network to tell me what the new thing on the horizon is, who's working on what, because I don't see it anymore. I don't see it the same way that I did. Man, you used to be able to see things and then I don't see things or even get hints or little, like I don't know what's happening in crypto anymore, like at all. I don't know. So there's a lot of words here on the screen. Let me try to zoom in. So this is so I'm showing Farcaster. If you don't know what Farcaster is a decentralized social first client that allowed people to interact, but more importantly, it allowed burgeoning developers or experienced developers to create tools and mini web apps and share them in order to provide more of an ecosystem for growth and things like that. A sandbox for experimentation and exploration in the form of what's called mini apps, which is right here, right over here. So you see mini apps. So mini apps, basically mini web apps that can be shared and interacted with while you're inside of the decentralized overall app known as Farcaster, which is novel, different, and very fun. On top of this, they have their very own built-in wallet feature. So many of us have talked up how this is so different from what we've experienced, because you know that on X, it's very hard to have any of these things all at once. So many people thought like, hey, this is great. This is great. This could be something. This could catch fire. This could catch a lot of things. Unfortunately, it didn't. Unfortunately, something happened a month or so ago where in terms of money, because that's the overall focus here, making a profit. In terms of money, the platform shifted from being a social decentralized platform to being a wait before they do that, they were that. Then something happened where they went viral for acquiring a token minting platform that's known as Clanker. That's kind of a social token minting platform, but just a minting platform. Anyone can mint their own token. Now, this isn't novel in crypto. You have so many different vehicles. Third party token issuers can make you your own token, but for some reason, this got quote unquote popular again. And I'm like, oh, we've seen this a million times. We know this to the point where even the last people who did it are still here. Like, hey man, we're still here, right? So anyway, that happened, and the creator of Farcaster, DWR, and his partner Varun said, hey, you know what? We're not gonna overly inflate content creators in order for visibility anymore, because that was our overall plan. Their whole thing was to provide ridiculous numbers and empower content creators because they were influential KOLs in order to increase the visibility of the overall client, which is Farcaster. They wanted to empower content creators and make them hyper visible. And they admitted, like, hey, man, so this isn't working. This isn't attracting other people the way we thought. We can't be TikTok by empowering KOLs, influencers, but we're not creating an onboarding pipeline. Again, if you've listened to me before, you know that I've always talked about onboarding pipelines. The overall issues within crypto lie within onboarding fresh new eyes, because that means fresh interaction, which also means fresh money. So an onboarding pipeline that consistently brings on people is valuable. They think, hey, people want to be like influencers and be like other people, so let's do that. They said it didn't work. But what did bring on people was acquiring Clanker and then people using the wallet. So they said, oh my God, we've seen growth. We haven't seen this kind of growth in whatever the fuck. These words aren't here yet. but I'm gonna get to it. What I'm sharing, but I'm just trying to give you a little rundown for those of you who are sticking around. By the way, during my explanation, so they got overly hyped about a month and a half ago about Clanker, and they realized, oh man, product market fit isn't really fitting. Farcaster isn't being adopted the way we thought it would be. The only thing that has worked is money, but in the form of a digital wallet. That's the only thing that's working. Nothing else matters. What? Huh? Nothing else matters? Don't listen to me. Just let me show you what I discovered. So, DWR, founder creator of Farcaster, along with Varun, this is their State of the Union address. They just released this, and this is, and I'm just gonna read it to you. Wow, you can read along on screen either way, whatever works for you. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. All right. So he already says, I'm going to be writing a series of casts this week on this topic. So Varun and I have been working on Farcaster for over 5 years. The goal has always been to build an at-scale decentralized social networking protocol with 1 billion people using it every day. All right, man, dude, already 1 billion people. Like, come on, let's be fucking real. Like, I'm sure that's what attracted the investors and the investment. I need to start talking like this big shit, because I'm not getting far ahead when I'm just trying to keep shit real as fuck. Anyway, so 1 billion people, blah blah blah. This is a hard problem, and while we've made progress, we are still many orders of magnitude away from achieving our goal. No shit. Okay. Sorry. Since the early days, we've believed two things matter most: sufficient decentralization and product-led protocol development. Links to both blog posts below. And I love these two things. I'm a fan of them. Personally, I'm like, yeah, man, hello, that's why I'm here. Like, yeah. Then he says that's led us to making pragmatic, not dogmatic, decisions about the low-level protocol and make a lot of iterative changes with our own app. We were never going to make decentralization maximalists happy. I mean, you did okay. You just fucking failed at spammers. That shit kept me up that night for an entire month, and it was a pain in the ass and fucked up a lot of things that I wanted to do. But that's neither here nor there. All you needed was a spam filter. Anyway, sorry. We spent the first 4.5 years with a social-first strategy. We shipped a working version of the protocol meaning Farcaster, that's what they mean, that was sufficiently decentralized and allowed multiple independent teams to permissionlessly build on and integrate it. However, despite many different attempts and a few short-lived spikes, we haven't been able to find a sustainable growth mechanic for the Twitter-like social network, i.e., no product market fit. To summarize in Show's words, basically, the shit was cool, but motherfuckers ain't understand it, which is the story of my life. Having to explain the thing and then have the people do the shit, and then try to get more people to do the shit. You have to explain why people are doing this. It's a catch-22. Motherfuckers are dumb. That is the issue in life. That is the biggest issue in life, having to sell yourself and the thing, even when the thing works. And then anyway, whatever. So let's keep going. These are a lot of words. I just want to get to the nitty gritty. They launched a wallet app earlier this year called Warplet, and Warplet is cool. It's simple. It's simple. It's easy. Then they're saying, how does the wallet help grow a social network? The fact that Twitter can't do it because you'll get hacked. The fact that any other social first platform doesn't do it well. The base app had to copy Farcaster and do it their way in order to find product market fit for Coinbase outside of Coinbase itself, right? every user who signs up funds to start using the wallet is also on the protocol. So you have a wallet, that means you're already on Farcaster. The onboarding, they're like, oh, like, but yeah. So they believe the best way to grow the number of people using the protocol is to come for the tool, stay for the network. The wallet is a tool, the protocol is the network. The sad part about this was the thing that made everybody pissed off. I kind of skipped over some things, but I just want to summarize by saying he's basically saying that no one understands having a social networking platform where you can create your own games or apps or tools in it to make shit fun. They don't get it. What they do get is money. And they're gonna come for money in a wallet, and then like, oh, I can actually talk with people. Okay, I'll do that. And it's like, no, that's not what makes Farcaster. That's not the real value in Farcaster. That's not how. That ain't what, you know. But it doesn't seem to be working. So, basically, the fucking like. You're going to be competing with a million wallets. Like, that's the issue. That's what pissed people off. They're like, wait, what? What the fuck does this even mean? What does this even mean? As a user, you have control over your experience by choosing your client. And if you still want to use the Farcaster app, you can use the following feed and keyword mutes. The protocol is a casino. The system is open. Basically, they said that they said, fuck Farcaster app, just use our wallet and you'll be happy. And then he goes on to double down and say, oh, in case you missed it, to reiterate, we're focused on building a great wallet that will get more people to use itself. Right? Because what the fuck does that mean, get people to use it? Every new retained wallet user is a new user for the protocol. We tried social first for 4.5 years. It didn't work for us. The wallet has been growing, so we're doubling down on that direction. We're trimming the fat, even if that means cutting off our own body just to hold on to our sexual orifice that's growing, that people want to use. That means new features and product positioning will be wallet focused. If you're not a fan of this direction, use another client. There are a bunch. 2, build another client. Or 3, consider another social network. Let me read that again. This is the founder of this shit saying, hey man, shit it wasn't catching on. Use another client. There are a million of them. If you don't like what we're doing, build another fucking Farcaster, or just choose another social network. That's bad. It's bad news. That sent people in an uproar. That made me depressed. Because remember, y'all, I told you I was like, I was choosing things in the space. Many things in the space have failed that I chose. Many of things I thought were gonna be out of the park. Like I'm 0 for 25 or some shit right now, and like it's like embarrassing to where I'm questioning my own thoughts and beliefs. I'm questioning what I understood about crypto. It made me question a lot. I'm like, yeah, this is embarrassing. I didn't think that Farcaster was gonna do this. I wouldn't have spent the time that I did on the things that I did if I knew that this was gonna be that this was gonna happen. So now, yeah. That's one thing, you know. Shout out to Hidden Forces. He called the shit. Yeah, Hidden Forces a year ago said like he was talking shit about the Purple app and DWR, and then he hit me up this year a couple of months ago, and he's like, hey man, is this even worth doing? And I was like, I don't know, man. It's like, you know, DYOR. Like do you see value? You should do what you want to do, because I was on a losing streak. I don't want to tell a friend some shit, you know, like I don't know, you know, and now look at it. Imagine if I told him, yeah, man, Go balls to the wall, right? So, Hidden Forces is right. Hidden Forces is right. And now it's not over. It doesn't end there. Check this out. Linda Shi, right? I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. By the way, let me just say this too. I wanted to get cool with the cool kids from Forecaster. They were having meetup events here in New York that I missed. Like, I wanted to meet some people. I wanted to hobnob. I wanted to strengthen my network. I wanted to be social. You know, Linda being one of the prominent people, I wanted to meet these people. You know, a lot of times when you meet these people, they're quick to judge until you start rattling off your accolades. Accolades, and like all these things, and then like it's like a fucking test each time. It's hard finding social product market fit, and so other motherfuckers vouch for you. They're like, oh shit, dude, my bad. I didn't mean to look down on you or disrespect. I didn't know that you were. So anyway, like, this is one of these things where it's like I would totally like hobnob with the likes of a Linda Shi in New York, right? Anyway, so she says this. The decisions by this is my opinion, then I'm gonna go into what she said. The decisions made by Varun and DWR had ramifications that even their team members weren't prepared for. He said, I'm gonna spend less time scrolling the feed for a while just for my own sanity. I try to keep on top of things in the feed for my work, but the amount of constant negativity hasn't been healthy for me, and it's been very distracting. If you need me, please direct cast or tag me. If you're an asshole to me, I'm not obligated to respond. Clearly they didn't think it. They're like, oh, they'll be mad for a little bit and just hold on. but before Linda said this, she said this. Actually, she pointed this out from this guy Wilson Cusack. All right, to everyone saying Forecaster has abandoned social with a small screenshot from Dan's post, he said this immediately. He highlighted this. How does a wallet help grow a social network? First, every user who signs up, funds, and starts using the wallet is also on the protocol. Well, I just read this shit. They highlighted this, the shit I said, and then Linda said, the Forecaster app is focusing on the wallet plus trading, but Forecaster network is still a decentralized social graph. If there's an issue with product market fit, no one's going to understand the difference. Linda, I love you a lot. I really wish that we could have met. I don't know. But no one's going to, if there's an issue with product market fit, they're not going to understand the nuances like this. Clients like BaseApp, Zapper, Uno are built on top of the Forecaster network. Users can choose which client they prefer and keep their same followers. All new app users get added to the network. But no one cares, man. That's not what DWR said. Then she said, spent the past few days engaging with dozens, if not hundreds of people about Forecaster's app focus on the wallet to help clarify misunderstandings and share my perspective. Need to focus back entirely on my work supporting builders with Clanker, though. Otherwise, it's endless. You just alienated the builders. And like no one's building with Clanker because Clanker is more associated with wallet as opposed to building with Clanker. People were already building utilizing tokens through Clanker, and DWR said that that's not working. He said that only the wallet was working. You see where this is confusing? You can't focus, like your work is the Forecaster client itself. With the integrated wallet, integrated Clanker, by shedding the Forecaster app skin, you just alienated the builders. No one can build on the app. If you said fuck the app, choose another app. No one's gonna use the wallet. No one's gonna be onboarded into Forecaster app. Come for the wallet, stay for the social, but there's no social without the devs building shit on Forecaster because of the flywheel. Because of the fucking flywheel needs devs on Forecaster talking about new shit that they built so people can stay to use the mini apps on the app in order to utilize Clanker tokens in order to use the wallet. Do you understand what the fuck is going on? That's why it's endless. Linda, that's why it's endless, my friend. That's why it's endless. That's why they're complaining. I don't know. No one's going to use the Zapper app because Seb, unfortunately, was about 4 years too late in terms of doing anything with Zapper. And I love Zapper. Zapper was my go-to back in the day. Super late on doing anything. I don't know why. I don't know why. Man, so I feel like I wasted a lot of time. Um, damn, man. Damn. Damn. So 2025 is rough. 2025 was rough as shit, man. This shit, from a crypto user degen perspective, it's yeah. Oh man, I'm blindsided. And I don't know what this base announcement of an announcement that's happening next week, next Wednesday is, but I don't like an announcement of like these announcements of announcements. Like it's like who gives a shit? Yeah, our product is coming out in the summer of 2026. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a like, dude. 2025 has like killed everything in a way where I didn't think I was this stupid. And whoa, whoa. I feel like a real idiot just overall crypto wise. My relationship with crypto is like very, very, I don't know. And I used to talk about this guy. If you're still looking at the screen, I'm showing an ugly face of a person. Um, Remember early in the year when I said that we should have rate cuts in order to capitalize on the catalyst that is the new president coming in, regardless of tariffs? We need rate cuts in order to sustain as opposed to like kill things off. Jerome Powell, the third and final rate cut of the year came in and it was priced in. It was priced in as pennies on the dollar. In addition to him announcing, quantitative tightening is ending this month. And that was priced in too. No one gives a shit. Brutal. And they say, there's an uptick. There's pricing. There's buying activity. No, there isn't. There is not buying activity at all. It's been downward. And they've been lying about it. Now, because when you look at the numbers say people have been calling out, saying that, like, what metrics has Jerome Powell been looking at? And then in addition, that Jerome Powell actually says something that's true. He says that the Fed thinks the job gains are overstated by 60,000 in recent months. Hey, no shit, 60,000. It's more than that. 60,000 is too low of a number. The economy is terrible. So there's no money flowing because your dumbass didn't increase rates so big companies can spend, so the money can flow so people can pay for other people to do the jobs. And then he says, I think it's overstated. That's your fault. He's going to deliver 2% inflation. Then this is the kicker. It is really tariffs that is causing most of the inflation overshoot. No, it's not. It's you. You didn't do your job this whole year. It's you. It's you. Sir, do you not understand? It's up to you to generate growth and then cut back when mistakes are made with overspending. I thought, 2025, the middle of the decade, there has to be some kind of social, mental, psychological sentiment when it comes to making money, you know, like some kind of gains, right? For the novelty's sake, for the news article's sake. This has been one of the most inept years ever. A lot of people got killed off, myself included, this year. I only say these things because there are many people in the voice channel, many people listening to this who don't feel like they have a voice to say what's going on, I don't know. I don't know how crypto as a collective comes up from here, especially with the death of Farcaster. I don't know where we go from here. Base can't be the only prong. I don't think people even use the Base app like that, too. The Base app seems oddly like I can't really engage the same way that I do on Farcaster, even though it's the exact same kind of thing. I don't know, man. I'm just confused. I don't know what happens next with crypto. Crypto doesn't seem to engaging, fun, novel, unique. I don't know. Maybe you know. Maybe you know. I'm hoping that you have the answer. I'm hoping that you all have the answer. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through this edition of the Athlete. Shout out to the WIP crew. I love each and every single one of you. WIP fam, I hope you have the answer. I love you all, and I'll see you. I'll see you.
Forever shooting. Mashed potatoes, I want chicken, cheese. Fuck yes. Oh cheese, cheese, this is awesome, awesome. Sweet dreams are made of cheese, pizza's good too, I like where this is going, yeah. Fuck yes, cheese, kill the audio bombs with fire. Death to audio problems, lactose intolerant people, I am so sorry. Give me that I got carried away. We all love a good token smart song. Cheddar, blue cheese, better way says cheese emoji. Randolph has cheese, token smart with extra cheese. Death to audio problems. Death to audio problems. Cheddar is better, won't go out for days. Cheese is life. Fuck yes, oh death to audio problems. Death to audio problems. Death to audio, a gift of cheddar cheese. Audio problem don't deserve to live. To emoji with the tongue sticking out. Emmentaler and Gruyere, that almost rhymes. Cheddar is money given now. Spend some of your cheddar on that please. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death to audio. Lots of gifts of cheesy things, all up in the Discord of Token Smart. Oh, lots of gifts of cheesy things. Cat with heart eyes, clap, clap, clap. Cheesesteak, cookies, hi, cheese is the best. Gifts of cats with cheese on their faces, death, death, death. The only thing we love more than cheese is gifts. The only thing is fondue. Rizzle says death to audio problems. Rizzle says death. Audio milk. Cheese is live. Audio problems. Cheese is live. Oh yeah. Yay. The little kitten says LOL. And Elmo's on fire, and Ernie's got condoms on his ears, so fire, so fire. Death to audio, death to audio, LMAO. Give me cheese, oh give me death to audio, death to audio. Vibe check. Vibe check, death to high ping. I want some lemonade, make cheese great again. Condoms on the ears, that's what it looked like to me. Oh, death to audio problems, to audio, death to audio problems, to audio. I'm vibing, make cheese lemonade. When life gives you rotten cheese, you make cheese lemonade. So much cheese and some sriracha, some cheese and some sriracha. Me vibing big time when Rizzle coins. You make nachos, you make nachos. Love the song so dope, stuff that cheese in your face. Stuff that cheese in your face with jalapeno. With jalapeno. In your face, cheese whiz. Pickles, yes, cheese whiz. In your face, I said death to audio, to audio, oh death to audio, to audio, oh death to audio, to audio. That's it. Oh my lord. Whew. I have to turn on the fan.